This is Tim Cruise from Cruise Reviews, and today I'm going to tell you my story of rags to riches. Look at me chilling in a hot tub on a balcony on Independence of the Seas. Here's what went down. Okay, so that's not going to lie, it's weird. I've always wanted to go into a royal suite on any ship, and this was the day my dreams came true, really. Look at this room. Opulence, end to end. It's bigger than some of the bars on the ship, I'm telling you. It's insanely huge with its own bar. It's got a baby grand piano in it, and there's, as you saw, there is literally a hot tub on the patio. The patio is so big. I think it's like 3 or 4 suites wide or long. But look at this. This is crazy. Now, we had some problems. We couldn't get it turned on. I had to call maintenance 3 times to get it rolling. But they did manage to get it up and running. We were able to use it our second day. Look at this room. Seating room. We had people up here. We had parties in this room. You could do this with this room. This is the way to cruise. If you're going to live on a cruise ship, this is how you want to live. Completely isolated bedroom. Look at the size of this room. It is nuts. What do you see? The bathroom. It's got beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows in here. It's a tiny little old TV, and it had a DVD player. Okay, that's a little old. I expected that to be gone, but I don't know, whatever. Nice little seating area. They did all my homework here. I had homework. Look at this closet. It is a walk-through, not a walk-in, a walk-through closet, complete with a safe and a whole bunch of drawers, plenty of hanging space. I mean, and life jackets in case you need to jump overboard. I guess opulence gets you a first off rights. And drawers on the outside too, mirrors everywhere. But check out this bathroom. It is crazy. Okay, there's a jetted tub in here, all right, which is nice. I'm like a one person. It's kind of narrow. We are on a cruise ship. And look at this shower. It took me 2 hours to figure out how to operate this. This is like the space shuttle of a shower. I don't even know what's going on here. And eventually I got it. I turned them all on because I wanted to, because I could, because I'm in the royal suite, whatever. It's got a bench in the bathroom. Not sure what that's all about. I guess if you're waiting to wash your hands. If you had like 30 people in this room, I don't know. Really nice drawers, well appointed. It looked nice. It was super clean. I was very, very impressed with how clean it was. And look at this. I was trying to figure out what that thing in the middle is. Somebody told me it's called a bidet. So I was fascinated with this thing. So apparently you turn this on and you wash your butt instead of wiping. You got to set it at the right temperature and you sit on top of it. I did have video, but they wouldn't let me play it. And it's kind of refreshing. The only thing you have to do is wipe all the water off your butt because it gets pretty wet. Otherwise, you'll have wet pants and then people will talk. It's a European thing. Oh, and check this out. If you eat too much buffet, they're going to charge you $100 for clogging up the toilet. That's new and unwelcome. Hey, I have some problems down there. But look at this place. Let's continue our tour. Opulence. Look, there's even a hand-washing sink after you get done with the bidet because God knows what's going on there. Look at all the drawer space in this. This is nuts. Beautiful king bed, super comfortable. I had the best sleep of my life on this ship. I'm not going to lie. But look at this room. Let's go outside. Take a look. I mean, everybody's trying to sneak a peek in here. I've always tried to do it too, but I could never get in this room, and I couldn't believe it was ours. There was some kind of a mix-up where we booked a suite, and somebody on the last cruise trashed it, and we couldn't get in. And then they downgraded us to a balcony. They were going to comp our cruise, and we're like, that's okay. We get a free cruise. And then somebody called us over the intercom right before we checked into our room and say, hey, we had a cancellation. Welcome to the royal suite. They escorted us up. I mean, the customer service was phenomenal on the ship. There were a couple of problems that I'll tell you about in a jiffy. But look at this. A jetted tub on the balcony. Is that nuts or what? I didn't even think such a thing existed. But just the sheer room to spread out and just chill on this boat was unbelievable. Oh, I'm sorry, ship. And you can actually, it's a player piano. It actually played itself. So, of course, I sat down. I did the captain without Tennille, because she was unavailable. And look at the bar. It's got a refrigerator back here and a complete sink. So you can actually, well, I don't know how you're going to get liquor on this thing. So it's kind of a, you're pouring champagne, which they did give us some champagne, or making some coffee back here. But you're not really going to mix drinks because you can't bring liquor on the bar. You know what I mean? I guess if you're super important, like Mr. Caribbean or something, you could do that. But check this, like a ghost in here. There was a ghost playing Sinatra on my piano. I couldn't figure this out. Even touching the pedals too, it was driving me crazy. But then the ghost and I became best friends. We were hanging out and singing songs together and drinking. Man, that ghost can drink. I don't know what happened to all my tequila. My goodness. But how beautiful is this room? If you're like me, you've never seen a royal suite. There's not really a lot of pictures and a lot of video for certain, because people who can afford to book these types of suites don't do YouTube videos. So here it is, the Royal Suite on Independence of the Seas in its full glory. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous room, super clean, super well. Oh, there's a guest bathroom, a full guest bathroom. Have you ever seen this on a cruise ship? I mean, this is nicer than some of the balcony bathrooms, I'm not going to lie. Separate shower stall and everything. You don't have to step over anything to get in there. Fabulous, fabulous room. If you have the resources to do this, I highly recommend it. I think I looked it up. It's like $3,800 a person for a 3-day cruise. A little out of my budget, but maybe it's in yours. But yeah, it's an older ship, not one of them. I'm sure the 2 stories on Oasis class are a little bit more opulent, but this is a beautiful room. You're going for a week, you're going to adore this thing. All right, so if you're in the suite class, you can go to the Suite Lounge. And the coolest part of the Suite Lounge is, check this out. The door opens by itself. Watch, it's like magic. Watch, there's ghosts all over. Look. Stop it. Amazing. So you can get some coffee here. You can get like a continental breakfast, some bagels and stuff. And they had little locks and some fun stuff here. Pretty good service, too. There's an attendant in here who does a really nice job and brings you all your stuff. They'll make coffee. There's limited hours, so be careful. And this is where you're going to find your concierge. I was a little disappointed with the concierge service. We'll talk about that in a bit. Now, we're going in November 2021. There's still a mask requirement in all public areas, which was, well, most public areas. But they cleaned everything very, very thoroughly, so I was glad that everyone was healthy. The restaurants, of course, and the bars, you can take your mask off. But if you're walking around without a mask in most of the public areas, they're going to stop you, flag you, and make you put a mask on. Don't worry if you don't have one. You say you forgot it in your room, forget it. They're going to pull one out of their pocket and give you one. And that, you know, I mean, in Florida, we have no mask requirements anywhere. And we just willy-nilly do whatever we want in Florida. So this was a little awkward, you know what I mean? Is it going to save a lot of lives? It probably will save a few. But, yeah, if you're looking for that cruise vacation without a mask, it's not going to. You know how weird it is? People are sitting at a table, but then if you walk, you got to wear a mask. All right, figure that one out. How does that make any sense? I guess they're trying, you know. So I went to the old Ale and Anchor, which turned out to be the best service for bars. You always find that one bartender or that one group of people that gives you the best and fastest service. And it happened to be this bar on the promenade, which I think is on level 5. Vintages was pretty empty most of the cruise, too. Weren't super attentive in here, but not awful. This is more of a wine bar, but I think they do have a full bar here as well. So you got to duck out in there if you want to get fast service. It's kind of slow up by the bars, and if you're waiting for a waiter somewhere, prepare to wait. And the service was not super, considering these people just came back to work after years. I figured they'd be really hungry for tips, make some money, but it was kind of slow. They kind of settled back into their groove pre-COVID, which is kind of weird. Michael Kors, yeah, you know y'all want some Michael Kors. Nice assortment of shops, including a Ben & Jerry's. Look at her cleaning up every microscopic stuff. They're doing a great job on this ship, keeping it clean. Phenomenal job. And, of course, there's the coffee bar, too. There's no Starbucks on this one. And a Ben & Jerry's, which is a real cute little place. This was never too busy either. But and the coffee place had pretty fast service, really good service. I mean, the food service was very, very good. The food was good as well. The drink's a little slow in some places unless you found the best place to grab it. Next cruise, they're always waiting. They're like sharks. Dun, 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 dun. And the stores were well appointed with plenty of good stuff. We love the candy store, too. I remember the promenade on the Oasis class. I think there's a promenade there being a lot wider. I haven't been on this class of ships in a long time. But it's looking good. It's decently sized. You're not going to feel claustrophobic. Guy's playing hide and go seek. His little kid was traumatized, poor kid. So he figured that out. There's another bar that wasn't too busy as well, so you can get yourself a nice drink here as well. So, service at the bars, I'd consider it average. Not as great as I had hoped it would be after such a long time away, but not awful either. I remember pre-COVID, you would wait literally a half hour at some of the bars, so it's a little bit faster now, so I'm happy about that. Especially if you bought the drink package, you know. You spend all that money on the drink package, you want to take advantage of it. You're on vacation. But this was weird. This was our favorite bar. It was the best service, but he asked if I wanted a beer. I'm like, all right, I'll take something. I forget what I told him, and he brought me a Bud Light. I was kind of shocked.
So I suppose you got this because you think I'm fat? I could really drink regular Bud because I'm really not fat.
So I carried around the entire ship for a couple of days just to prove a point. And, yeah. So the Viking Lounge had some good attendance here, too. Some pretty quick service. And this place is never crowded. I think a lot of people think the Viking Lounge, which I think is on deck 14, is for suite guests or people with status. But a lot of people don't realize you can just come up here and hang out. And this is one of the best places to hang out on the ship. What a beautiful view. You would assume this would be like a VIP lounge, but it's absolutely not. It's a great place to hang out, play games, get some drinks, and just chill with the fam. I didn't know this myself. I thought this was exclusive too, because it's right outside the suite lounge. And nope, totally public. Come up here anytime you want on the Independence of the Seas. They also have parties at night with a DJ. Oh, this was closed too. They have an escape room, which they happen to leave the door open, so we kind of went up the stairs like on the 15th. I think this used to be the chapel last time we went on this ship, and they've turned it into an escape room, which was not functional because of COVID. Can't keep people in a small space, I guess. But this will be real neat when we get back to normal cruising on Independence of the Seas. Not sure if the other ships have this too. It's kind of cute. It looks really good. So, the obligatory tour. Let's take you to the sky pad. You can do a rock wall, and they've got some really nice water slides back here. They do have a flow rider in the back. Not a lot of people on the flow rider on this cruise. Again, it's November. I mean, the temperature was nice. It was 80 something. It was plenty warm enough to use that. And not a lot of people doing that on this ship. I guess they're getting tired of it, or I don't know. This guy brought his own board. This one guy brought his own. He brought it in a bag and everything. You guys serious about this thing? No, this guy didn't fall, or none of the accidents. The beginners are the ones to watch. Those are the most fun ones to watch. This guy was actually pretty good at it. Must be a snurfer or something. I'm not sure what's going on here, but he didn't fall. I was really proud of him. Did a great job. No tricks or anything. So this is some of the kid stuff. Of course, you got a lot of kid stuff on here in a kid zone, and you know, little snot-nosed, boogie, disease-transferring kids are all over the ship. In November, it was around Thanksgiving, so they're off from school. And of course, you got your Johnny Rockets on the back of the ship. But a lot of people never come back here, never find this little cute restaurant. You get some burgers, you get some cheese fries, and malted milkshakes. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So make sure you check out Johnny Rockets if you are on this class of ships. One of our favorite places to grab a nice little snack, a little burger in the middle of the day, or even sometimes late at night. It's got a great view outside, too. You can sit right outside. All right, so this is the track. The running track is up on the top level here, and you can see a really good view of the kids area and of the pool area as well. There's the satellite dishes. Hopefully they're not frying my brains with all that stuff. But you get a real good view of the two hot tubs, and yes, there were kids in hot tubs. I said, hey, no kids in hot tubs, but guess what? And then there's the quiet area, and where the adults, this is adults only, so that's always nice too. I can't imagine people are doing stuff in that pool, are they? I bet they are. Oh well, let my imagination run wild. Nice mini golf. Apparently they just redid this all the way on the back of the ship. Very nice gym as well. Nobody in there. It's not a real popular spot on this ship. But, on some of the other ships, the celebrity ships, this place is jamming. But a Royal, people are like, nah, I ain't going to the gym. I'm on vacation. And, of course, we've got our dining room, which we never go to. I haven't been on a cruise dining room, I think, in my last 10 cruises. Why? It just takes too long. It's too formal. You're sitting with a bunch of strangers, and I don't know. We go with nice groups who are fun. We usually end up getting saddled with people our age, which are kind of boring at this point. You know what I mean? We are far from boring. And, of course, you've got a couple of bars out here. You have the sports bar on the 4th level and this really cute bar where there was this bartender over here who made the best Bloody Marias. Bloody Maria is a Bloody Mary with tequila. And hers were phenomenal. The other guy was terrible. This woman made the most amazing, I forget her name, Bloody Marias I've ever had. There's just, I don't know what she did. I should have watched her closely, but I had too many to pay attention. And Playmakers. It's kind of sandwiched right outside the casino here. So it's cute. It's nice. You can get wings and things. This is not, it's not covered, so you have to pay additional for the food here. But if you have a drink package, the drinks are included here. And you can watch football games in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. And that is always a good thing for the football heads. This is where you'll find them here. Look at them glued to the TVs. Watch your favorite game in here and have some winks and stuff. And this is the casino. Ironically, as much as people haven't, well, you can actually still smoke in here. The place smells like an ashtray. It's nasty, okay? But a nice selection, and they're doing a lot of cleaning in here. A nice selection of games for just about anybody if gambling is your thing. A ton of slot machines. And of course, they got poker and blackjack and roulette and all those other games too. But man, it was just, the smoking was weird. There were some sections that were smoking, and somehow I thought they were non-smoking. I always end up next to this person with a cigarette, and it was brutal. And you have to walk through it to get to playmakers from the other side of the ship. So you're going to walk out smelling like an ashtray, take a shower. And then there's this other bar in the front, and it leads you down to the theater. And you know how I feel about theaters with poles, and the old ships, they all have poles. I think Disney's the only one who has successfully managed to remove most of the poles from the theater, so there's no obstructed views on newer ships and the Disney ships. So yeah, if you're unlucky enough to sit in front of a pole here, yeah, it's they're spacing all the seating out too. So this was the Grease show. It was cute, but they had very, very limited seating in here. They're trying to space people out, so it was really hard to get in here on this cruise. And the biggest disappointment, room service. Okay, I'm in a suite. I'm in the biggest suite in the ship. All I wanted was a Bloody Maria for breakfast. They called me at 5:30 in the morning, like a hour before they're, sorry, we can't do this till 7. It's $12.95. It's not covered by your drink package. She called me 3 different times to tell me that she didn't want to give me that Bloody Mary. So I said, you know what, forget it. I'll get it myself. All right, the ship's beautiful. The suite is gorgeous. The room service is terrible. You know, at least the rest of the food was okay. But it was a great adventure. It is a gorgeous room. They've done a nice job keeping this ship clean and the people safe. I think you're going to enjoy Independence of the Sea. But just go to the bar and get your own Bloody Maria. I'm telling you, trust me on that. The room service is no bueno. Everything else is great. The front desk is great. The service is great. The ship looks great. And I think it's super safe. And enjoy your cruise, peoples.